all-time favorite, I would have to say, is Charles Woodson from Michigan. Again, I grew up as a Michigan fan. I was there in '96. I saw the one-handed interception at Michigan State. When '97, excuse me. When they Michigan won their last national championship. All that. Just a great player. Also, shout out to Tyrone Wheatley, who I met because. So I'm from Detroit. Lived in the suburbs, went to Cranbrook, whatever. Across the street from us was a guy, and his wife. His wife was a news anchor in Detroit. He was a tight end for the Raiders, flew us out for the '99 Halloween game against the Miami Dolphins from Detroit to Oakland and everything. So we got to hang out with the team. We got to go through their with their final walkthrough and everything. And there was Woodson was on that team. There were a couple other Michigan Wolverines and everything. These guys are from Michigan or whatever. So, and that's when John Gruden was out there in his first stint, detail oriented. Yeah, we were kind of talking and everything, and somebody didn't do a correct wham block or something just on a play, and he was just talking on the side, and he went into full Chucky mode. I mean, just whoa, this guy's crazy. But anyway, so we're going out to the field. We're in from the field after the last walkthrough with the Raiders, and I was talking to Charles Woodson, and my uncle was talking to Fred Biletnikoff, who he had met in Biletnikoff's playing day, his playing days or whatever. So we're walking off the field, and I'm just okay, whatever. I'm a senior in high school, whatever. My younger cousins are with me, and Tyrone Wheatley runs by with a blowhorn from this far away from my ear. And I barely just got my hearing back from that. So shout out to him for that little memory for me. In terms of the Hurricanes, I will say Santana Moss, just for playing excellence and the fact that he saved me from getting pounded into the pavement by an offensive lineman one time. And I would have to say that. I mean, and just also freshman Frank Gore. And I know that Frank Gore is probably going to be a Hall of Famer. He's, had the knee injuries and recoveries and everything. Excuse me. Freshman Frank Gore would take a dive up the middle against the starting defense of a team in the fourth quarter and go 80 yards. You know what I mean? And it was they're running it up. I'm bro, we're running off tackle. This guy's just different. But, I mean, go back and look up freshman in college, Frank Gore. Whew. Special. And I mean, he would have been the starting running back in 2002 over Willis McGahee, but he tore his knee. I mean, freshman Frank Gore was different. So, I mean, I would say those two, with a shout out and a nod to all of the greats of Miami Hurricanes history past. I'm not ignoring anyone. I am a scholar of it as much as anyone else. I know all these names of these guys who, your Nate Websters, your Dan Morgans, your Ted Hendrickses, your Jerome Browns, God rest his soul. I know all those guys exist. I know. But for me, myself personally, Tana's number one, freshman Frank Gore, number two.
Favorite player. Nobody can argue favorite player. They can argue best player. They can't argue favorite player. That's a personal decision.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's not even a decision.
Exactly. It's a thing. Right. I mean, obviously we talked about, Jason Geathers, it's not like he was a superstar or anything, but I mean, he looked the part. He was a decent guy. We were freshman brothers together in 2000, and I just thought he was going to be that dude. But I would say, between Tana and, again, go look up freshman Frank Gore. Man, he was special.
Tabardine's favorite player is De'Ara King. We've got you in the calendar with Gilbert Frierson. Well, already favorite player. He's assuming, the 50 touchdowns is going to continue. We've got El Gallo Negro Silvera with his favorite player vote right there.
Make the crib great, Silvera, which obviously is a phrase that opposing fan bases want to use to troll Miami when anybody from Miami goes elsewhere. But, I mean, that's another guy with an elite mentality. And he's a guy who, if you go back to that defense being elite question, I didn't even mention him, and not by intent or anything. That's just how stacked we are on defense. I didn't even mention Silvera or Jordan Miller or, John Ford even.